Welcome to Build a Block. Today we are making the Michigan block from my weather quilt. It is called Four Corners. Here is an example so that you can see what it will look like. Here is the block that we are sewing together today. And here is the key for all the parts and pieces. This is also available on my blog, wearequilters.com. When I filmed this part the first time, I must have had the camera on photo because it didn't show up. So let me show you. There's the pattern, and I haven't made the changes for 3.5. That is available on my blog site. And let me show you how I have these pieces cut. For this background, I have a 6.5-inch strip to go for these little parts next to the square, and I have a strip for those squares so that I can speed piece and cut those down 1.5 inch wide. I have a center that is 2.5 inches square, and for this piece I have a 1.5 by 2.5 inch rectangle. Then for this unit right here, I cut one 3.5 inch square, another 3.5 inch square, and two 3.5 inch squares. So they are oversized and I can cut them down to be exact. So I got a little overzealous while I was cutting. So I have extra pieces for next time I need them. So I have 4 in this pile, 4 in this pile, since there are 4 of these units. And then for the gray star points, I will have 4 and 4. And I can speed piece this by turning 2 of these over and speed piecing them. So that's all there is to it. Let's go to the sewing machine and get some speed piecing done. Now before I lay this block out, I want to talk to you about this ruler. Some of you may be thinking, well, I have a ruler just like that, and it doesn't have all those lines. This is one of those times where it's my ruler. I added a line by using another ruler, so I could cut a 2.5 inch block down here in the corner without using the line in the center in the middle. And my neighbor gave me little sandpaper feet to put on there. Well, I put them on the wrong side, so I've been using the ruler upside down and just going with the 1/2 inch marks. Now let's lay the block out. Now that I write in my books, I write on my rulers whenever it suits me. Just saying. So anybody that inherits those later on will know that it was once mine. So I have my block here, and I see purple goes toward the center. Purple toward the center. And I know that the little white blocks go toward the middle. And it is ready to piece together like any other 9-patch. So let me get to some speed piecing. Look at his being such a good little helper this afternoon. He's sitting there with a fan above the heater, can blow warm air on him, and he's being warmed up by the light. And he's being quiet. Okay, you can see that these seams are laying perfectly just the way I want them to. So are these ones. Perfect. This one flipped. So to fix it, I'm going to put the point of my scissors into where it is sewn at an angle and take a little nip. And granted, that'll stay that way, but I can at least flip it, the rest of it over. I could have picked it out, I suppose. Nah, not going to. So I did go over and press. I pressed the center row toward the center because that's the way it wants to go, is toward that big solid piece. And I pressed the top and the bottom out toward the squares because that's the way those pieces want to go. Now I'm going to put it together the rest of the way and it will be done.